What's good, Ravens fans? Every year, the Ravens talk about receiver, and which receivers will make the biggest impact on the team. Well, this year, we have a real chance of being leaders at the receiver position, and I'm going to talk about the 4 receivers I think will make the biggest impact. I'm going to go with Rashad Bateman. Now, I think Rashad Bateman has skills if he can stay healthy and he can actually, get to an NFL level of physicality. If he can be faster, more physical at the line of scrimmage, do things like that, I think he can be a great receiver. I just haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen it consistently for sure. He's had flashes. I've seen him take slant routes all the way to the house. I've seen him make contested catches, but I do not see it on a consistent basis, and I think that really hurt him in the past. And I also think this lack of physicality really hurt him even more in a Greg Roman scheme, where receivers aren't getting open because of the way that the routes are constructed in a very basic manner. However, I do think he has a chance to be better. The reason I put him at number 4 is because I think, one, there's a receiver who's been big time in the NFL on our team, and also there are 2 receivers who better fit the college style, especially the college passing style that we're going to have. So I'm going to say that Rashad Bateman is number 4. Not because I think he's bad, but I think we have some talent now, and I think he has to perform before I show any belief in him. He also has to stay healthy. Number 3, I'm going to go with Zay Flowers. Now, the biggest thing about Zay is that he's a rookie receiver. And though rookie receivers have had success recently in the NFL, I do think that it's the hardest position other than offensive line to come in and be great at from the offensive perspective. Again, if you're a quarterback and you really got it, I think you can be really good in the beginning. But I do think that when it comes to receiver, especially if you're not the best route runner on the team, it can be hard to get open against cornerbacks who are just so much better than they were in college. Now, toward the end of the season, Zay will be great. He'll be ready. He'll be adjusted to the speed of the game, but early in the season, that could hurt him. And I think that he will be used in so many different ways. It's going to take some time for him to get used to everything the NFL has to offer. I don't think I'm putting him at 3 because I think he's the 3rd best, because I don't. I actually think he has the potential to be the best because arguably he's the 2nd best route runner on the team already. I do think, though, as a rookie, that curve you have to get used to. The whole offense kind of has to get used to a curve, right? New offensive coordinator. We haven't been a prolific passing team, right? What do you do when the passing game isn't working and now the passing game is such a big part of your team, right? What do you do when the running backs get upset that they're not getting enough carries, right? All these kind of questions that we have to answer. I just think the more established veterans will do better in this kind of situation. Zay, talent-wise, is not the 3rd best player on our offensive receiving core. That is not true. I actually don't think that. I honestly think, arguably, by the end of the year, he could be number 1. But if you have to take the whole year into account, him getting used to everything, I'm going to say he'll be the 3rd best receiver, the 3rd most productive receiver on our team. Now, number 2 is my guy. I'm going to take a flyer on this guy. I think this guy is going to be great if we give him the opportunity to be great because he can do so many different things at a high level. I'm going to talk about the number 2 most productive receiver being Devin Duvernay. I really like Devin Duvernay. He has none of the problems that I mentioned earlier. I think he is great when it comes to a physicality standpoint. I think he knows his role in the offense, right? Things like that. He could be a better route runner, but the other things that he has make him dangerous. I'm not talking about special teams at all. So let's say he didn't play any special teams. I'm talking about the fact that he is Deebo Samuel light, and in a college-type spread offense, which I think we're going closer to. And again, I do understand that we did a pro offense in college with our coordinator. He did pro in Georgia, but college is more spread out. It's about getting your players the ball in space. And Devin Duvernay has shown that if you get him the ball in space, he can be dangerous. He can be deadly, right? Let's get him the ball in space. Let's see what he can do out there. And I think with the more open passing game, he'll have a greater chance to do that kind of stuff. Devin Duvernay, I honestly believe if you use him effectively, it can really just change the way the offense is run. We still want to run the ball. Guess who can be 5 wide, give a look, and then get into the backfield and be a running back? Guess who can do that? Devin Duvernay can do that. Guess who can do jet sweeps from the outside? Devin Duvernay can do that. Guess who can go catch deep balls? Devin Duvernay can do that. Guess who can go catch slants and do yards after catch? Devin Duvernay can do that. Guess who can play for contested balls in the end zone and come down with touchdowns like he did last year? Devin Duvernay can do that. And because he can do all of these different things, it's hard for me not to find a place for him in this offense. Of course, he won't be the first option. And I would argue that you will want Zay or Bateman to be the second option. I think if they're your second options, the ceiling for your offense is higher. I'm 100% with you. However, when a guy is as talented, doing so many different things, we have to give him the ball. We have to make sure that Devin Duvernay gets at least 5 touches a game, right? At least 5. And that could be from getting the ball as a running back in the backfield, sweeps, screens, and regular passing plays. We have to give him a chance to break the game open because, again, he's also one of those players that you don't want to tackle because he's so physical, right? Again, a Deebo Samuel's like, not as good as Deebo, but if you have him on your team, he can be great in so many different ways. So I'm going to say that he, for me, is the second most productive receiver in this upcoming year. I truly think that, and I really honestly believe that it can be true. This is my guy, so if he performs great and is a 1 or 2 receiver on this team, you guys will see a video of me saying I was right because I really like Devin. Hey guys, so this is number 1, the most productive receiver on this team. I'm going to say is going to be, of course, Odell Beckham Jr. OBJ has to be the most productive receiver on the team because he's the only one who doesn't have a learning curve because of what the Ravens offense is doing, right? Ravens offense is going from a Ravens offense where blocking was just as important as catching the ball for a receiver, right? No other team has that mindset. Even teams that run the ball really well, like the Cleveland Browns, don't have a mindset of blocking is just as important as catching. The Ravens are the only team in the NFL that did that. And so our receivers have to kind of make that switch, right? Our receivers have to kind of be like, hey, not only are we going to throw the ball more than we used to, but now if things go wrong, we can't look around and say, hey, it's on Lamar now. We can't look around and say, hey, it's on Greg Roman now, right? It's going to be on you. It's so much so that our fans can't defend you anymore. And this is the pressure that I think is going to be on the other guys. Devin Duvernay, again, is coming in an offense that really ran the ball a lot, and he didn't even get touches in that offense. Again, Rashad Bateman, disappointing in the offense that really didn't have a lot of balls thrown his way. Again, we have a rookie in Zay Flowers. Zay's a rookie, so again, he has his own learning curves to deal with. And then you have Odell Beckham Jr., who can come in and really just be the Odell Beckham we think he is. And again, with the kind of team that we have, we're still going to run the ball. So Odell Beckham doesn't have to have 10 catches a game to be effective. If he can get 6 catches a game, 5 catches a game, a touchdown, let's say 80 yards, if he can do that consistently, he'll be one of the best receivers we've had in the last 5 years. And so I honestly think that Odell Beckham will be the number 1 option this year as well, which helps. He has the experience. This is a contract year for him still, right? He's on a 1-year deal, right? So he's trying to prove people wrong. He's trying to come back and say, look, I can be the best receiver on a Super Bowl team. I can be that guy, Odell Beckham Jr. I know you guys remember me, playing my bit role on the Browns and on the Rams, which I was good in those roles. But don't forget that I was a starting number 1 receiver that was one of the best in the league and in New York and the New York press, and I led teams to playoffs, right? So I think Odell Beckham will be the number 1 weapon. I think he'll be the most productive on our team. And if I'm going to make a prediction, I can see him getting 80 catches this year at least, because I really think he has that talent. It's just, how does he jump back from injury? And the fact that he has been injured in the past and came back and was excellent and would have been the Super Bowl MVP if he did not get injured again, I think that this is just a key for the Ravens and will show that he is the number 1 most productive receiver on our team. You guys let me know if you agree with me in the comments below. Subscribe, like, and share this video. It helps us grow. And the more we grow, the more cool things we do. Thank you guys so much, and go Ravens.